What's up, G Show land, and welcome to another episode of the G Show podcast. I am G1, and this is the Geek Out episode 30. We did 30 weeks of this shit. I'm kind of happy. You guys happy? Of course you're happy. Listen, we're going to get right into it. It's going to be a crazy short podcast. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But joining me, as always, my man in New York, C. Monty Chris. What's up, my brother?
What's cracking?
Also joining me, oh man, I was happy he was on the podcast yesterday. We did the Godzilla block party. He's back today with more of his rough language, his foul language, and his hatred towards a certain movie franchise. G95 Matt, what's up, my brother?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what am I talking about? Let's get right into it. Well, first things first. Last night, Star Wars had its world premiere, and I am staying off of every fucking channel, every YouTube thing. I'm seriously not, until Thursday night when I see this movie for myself, I don't want to know nothing. So I'm trying to stay away from all that. Kind of like when Matt stayed away from all the Kong Skull Island promotional material. This is what I'm doing with Star Wars. And so yeah, I'm super stoked. The thing I did see, and it wasn't even on purpose. It was just there in a news feed. I was like, shit. Was like, praise for Rian Johnson. So that's good. That's good. And that's all I want to know right now, other than the damn title of the movie. You guys excited?
Of course.
It's less than a week away. We right here. We the home stretch. I can't fucking wait. I can't wait. They're going to show some awesome trailers. We're going to get Infinity War trailer. Matt, you didn't talk about that Infinity War trailer. What did you think about it?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, I also have to make fun of how Thanos looks, because he looks pretty bad. And I don't like the inconsistency of him. Like, from his initial Avengers role to Guardians, I can get behind because that was a different actor than before Josh Brolin was cast. But now they have, like, no excuse as to why he's, like, almost pink and looking like Ivan Ooze.
Okay, another one.
But yeah, it looks good.
It's the lighting. He's never been in the sun before.
Yeah, you know what? You can't even knock that logic. You can't knock that logic.
It'll be interesting to see. I think I still preferred the super leaked under wraps Comic-Con trailer. I thought that one had a little bit more grab to it, but I mean, it's Infinity Wars. This is what we've been leading up to for a decade. Yeah. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, let's hope so. What other trailers we might see? Let's see. We'll probably see Black Panther trailer, which, I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't do that. Go, real quick, did you guys see that, was it Battle Angel Alito? Or how the hell you say that? New James Cameron thing based off the anime or manga?
Yeah.
What's your thought, Chris?
It looks interesting. Not a fan of the giant eyes.
Me too. All right, good. Now I was kind of thrown off by that myself because at first the box, the caption box, I was like, "What is this supposed to be like? Straight like anime?" And then I see it was like live action, and then just the robot or the cyborg, whatever she is, had that look. I was thrown off by it. I agree. Matt, you seen that trailer?
No. To be honest, I thought it was for a video game, and I don't play video games, so I didn't really look into it. But yeah, I thought it was like the name sounds familiar, and I just checked, and Battle Angel Alita is on my list of anime to watch to get around to watching someday. But yeah, I had no idea that was going to be like a movie or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm looking forward to that's probably going to be shown on the big screen. You know what else? You know what else might be shown on the big screen?
It's from James Cameron is an executive producer. Robert Rodriguez directed it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it'll be like a fun time, but just those eyes are freaky, man.
I'll watch anything that Robert Rodriguez did.
Yeah, those eyes all kind of those eyes really throw me off. It really does. What else? I'll tell you what else is going to be shown on the big screen along with Star Wars. You all know it. Dinosaurs. Jurassic World. The Fallen Kingdom. Oh, buddy boy. Now listen, yesterday we talked about this on the Godzilla Block Party, and Matt had a very passionate spiel on this trailer, his reaction. And I don't know if he can match that intensity today, but I'm going to let him say his piece once again after we get first reactions from Chris. So, Chris, you saw the trailer. What did you think?
I think the behind-the-scenes featurette they released the day before did a lot better job of selling me on this movie than the actual trailer did.
No, shit, me too.
That trailer, like, I talked about how initially the Infinity War trailer didn't really grab me, like I had to give it time to grow on me. This Jurassic World trailer, there was nothing in there that made go, man, I really want to see this movie. Or, like, I'm even interested in this movie. Like, I'm not actively against it, but I have no interest in it now either. Like, that trailer was just very, like, bland.
Yeah, it was very bland. Matt, do you think you still have some left in the tank?
I was thinking about it, and there's no possible way I can get up that level of energy again.
It was
so
the pie.
You might have to splice that into this, tag it on the end or something, or everybody go listen to the latest Godzilla Block Party episode and hear me really get into it. But I fucking hated this trailer. It was awful. I don't like the Jurassic Park franchise, really. It's a movie, out of all the franchises in all franchise history, that's the one that should have stopped after the first one. You know, to me, all of the sequels had zero redeeming value, and now it's just getting worse and worse with every single new movie. And I went on and on about my passionate hatred for Jurassic World, so I have nothing in me looking forward to this new one. It just looks so dumb.
It's crazy. I'm actually right here. I'm going to insert that your commentary from the Godzilla Block Party right here, right now.
I fucking hated Jurassic World so much. I hated that movie, and this one looks even worse. It looks. There's cheesy for, you know, just like, oh, this would be cool and fun, and then there's like playing off of people's nostalgia, and then there's just dumb choices, and I think this is just in the dumb choices category. I hate everything about where this is going. I mean, it's cool they got Jeff Goldblum back. That, I think, alone is worth me giving a shot, but it's it looks so bad.
It probably has like one scene.
I hate the cast. I hate the story. I hate everything about it. I think Bryce Dallas Howard, again, sorry, Chase, she looks like a marionette puppet.
Wow.
I don't buy the Chris Pratt is going back just to save Blue kind of thing. Like, why is the guy who had only experience training the Velociraptors and then the executive chick heading up the flight to go save the dinosaurs? Why isn't this being outsourced to some other larger company that, like, maybe some mercenaries or something? I mean, I'm sure there's going to be cannon fodder soldiers all around, but, like, why are they there? Maybe they should just be doing that, like, remotely or something like that, you know, via Skype or Google Hangouts.
Just send in the friggin' Boy Scouts.
Exactly. I don't get it. So I saw it, and I was just, I hated it. I hated it all. And I hated the whole, like, let's post a bunch of mini trailers to get people excited for the real trailer. I feel like the marketing dude just did big old rail of Coke, and like, that's a good idea.
Especially, well, I will agree that, especially when most of the mini trailers shown weren't in the actual trailer.
Oh, man.
I hate when they do, like, teaser trailers for a trailer. It's just, give me the trailer, please. Just that's all. That's like surprised me with the trailer. Like 10 Cloverfield Lane, that just came out of nowhere.
Yep.
And I was like, holy shit, this looks awesome. I'm excited now. And I just get kind of annoyed if there's like a bunch of little teasers leading up to a teaser. I just feel like I don't get the point of that. And
see, that all it's going to be now is just little teasers leading up to your next favorite movies, Matt.
It's true. Honestly, I love the first Jurassic Park. I'll say that. I think it is. I'm a pretty harsh movie critic most of the time. Ray can attest to this.
Oh, well, we can tell right now.
Give any movie a 10, but I think the original Jurassic Park is worthy of a 10 in my book. And I think this is the only franchise out of all the franchises that should have just stopped after the first one. Just like one and done. I hated every single sequel since then. It's just, they've all been just so terrible. And at this point, I'm just more interested in seeing a normal day at Jurassic Park. Like about a family just going through a little thing, just like going on a day-long adventure, seeing some dinosaurs in some cages or something like that. And that sounds far superior to the shit they're churning out now. Or I'm interested in seeing, like, right around the time Jurassic 3 came out, they were planning on doing Jurassic Park 4, and that's when it was stuck in development hell, and they were like thinking, oh, maybe we can do like dinosaur-human hybrids and make it a military story. That sounds cool as shit. So either give me the dinosaur-human hybrid thing, or give me a normal day at the park. Give me everything, or give me fucking nothing. I don't want this halfway in the middle, in between bullshit they're trying to pass off now. I don't want it.
And we're back. There was Matt's crazy spiel. As you can hear, his very passionate spiel. I didn't care for the trailer myself. Yeah, some things were pretty, other things are just like, okay. So I'm left with a lot of questions. Really, where did the volcano all of a sudden come from? There's never any mention about a volcano in any of the movies. That the island's sitting on a dormant volcano. I think that would not be a smart thing to do, if John Hammond knew. So that's one of those plot devices that's just stupid in my book. Apparently, that's just the first 57 minutes of the movie. How long is this movie then? Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit through a 2-hour plus Jurassic World movie. It's just like I don't agree with Matt. I like the sequels actually more than I like the first Jurassic Park, but it's not one of my favorite franchises. I don't clamor to it. So what was that?
Heresy.
No, and I don't hate the first Jurassic Park movie. I don't. I just think it's one of Spielberg's weakest after AI. I'm not entertained by it. I'm not entertained by it. I liked The Lost World. I really did. It was more the type of mindless fun that I like in a movie. And I think Jurassic World tried to recapture that. And it just, I don't know, it was like, okay, the fight at the end was cool. That was it. But yeah, a volcano, fucking Chris Pratt running through molten lava ash. Come on, man. I mean, what the fuck? Are you serious? He better die. That's all I'm saying is he better die. Yeah, I don't know. That's maybe I'll go get popcorn when that trailer's playing in the theater. Who knows? But yeah, that was that. Wow, so that was fast, y'all. Like, for real. He really was like, fuck Jurassic World, huh? Okay.
The only way they're going to win me back is, I swear to God, I've made this official, like, the only way they're going to win me back is if in the next trailer you actually see Chris Pratt on a Raptor's back. Because I swear to Christ, if at some point in this movie Chris Pratt does not ride a Velociraptor, I am done with this franchise.
I don't know if that makes me want to see it more or less. I'm really torn on that.
I think it'll have to be like you'll have to actually see how it looks.
Yeah.
You know what?
Like, the kid in me loves that idea, but I think there's a line between, like, movies that should be taken kind of seriously and like dumb, fun, cheesy movies. And I almost feel like big summer blockbusters should like have a little bit more of a responsibility to turn out like a quality film than just something that's dumb fun. I guess that's my take on it, though.
I mean, I kind of get it, and especially within Jurassic Park, kind of because like Ray said, he didn't really enjoy the original Jurassic Park because it wasn't really as dumb fun. But Jurassic Park is like a sci-fi movie. It's a movie that has something to say.
Yeah.
I can understand that, like, why someone going into the rest of the franchise is like, okay, they complete. But I just feel like if this movie just abandoned all pretension and said, you know what, we're not that movie with like a deep philosophical meaning anymore behind the nature versus science and all that stuff like that. Like, if they just abandon all pretension and Chris Pratt throws a saddle on a velociraptor, I am 100% on board with that.
I'm telling you, man, I'm seeing this shit visualized in my head right now, and it is the funniest fucking thing. So basically, Chris, what you want them to do, and it's actually a small move, you want them to do the Fast and Furious thing. Go that route.
I want them to completely just say, you know what? We tried to be a serious franchise. We tried to have a message. The first one did a really good job at that, but we kind of lost our way in the sequels. And now we're just, fuck it. Chris Pratt is riding the Velociraptor. Bryce Dallas Howard rides the Tyrannosaurus Rex. You know, like, I want to see, if they turn this franchise into Dino Riders, I will be happy.
Dude, I'm so... You know what the Jurassic Park franchise needs? It needs a spoof movie.
Yeah. Like, I want to see Bryce Dallas Howard on a T-Rex with 250 caliber Gatling guns on either side.
I'm telling you, I'm loving this idea more and more. This is actually what the franchise does need. Dude, you sold me. I swear to God, if I was an exec, here's the money. Cut the check.
I want the T-Rex to have a helmet.
Oh, man, I'm telling you, yo. And the only way you can...
Armor on him, like...
Oh, man, the sequel. 2 words. Robot dinosaurs. Let's make it happen. Let's make it... Poor Matt, he's over there like, I didn't even open my mouth. He's pissed. Come on, man. Throw some ideas into this mega movie we're making.
Well, I mean, this is already an idea from like 10 years ago, but the dinosaur-human hybrids that are like part of like some secret military operation, that I would throw that in there. That was supposed to be Jurassic Park 4 way back in the day, and they just didn't do it. And that sounds cool as shit to me.
That's perfect. They could be the villains. They could be the villains that Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard have to fight. And I want them to genetically design a velociraptor that can actually shoot its claw and to like regrow it infinitely.
Dude,
this is something that you gotta be riding on.
I love this idea. I really do. Have it so that these hybrid dinosaurs, these human hybrid dinosaurs, have actually enslaved humanity. Except like the small pockets of resistance that are working with dinosaurs. Oh yeah, I'm totally down with this shit. I'm totally down with this. Honestly, you can't go wrong with this. You just can't go wrong with this. It's definitely going to make...
It's imperative, though, that they don't take this idea and try to make it into a different franchise. It is imperative that this be under the Jurassic Park brand.
Absolutely.
I can just see the headlines after opening weekend. Jurassic Park 6, the biggest box office failure in history.
No way, no. We already got that with Justice League.
Movie to make $2 billion in its opening weekend.
Yeah, are you kidding me? Justice League is already the biggest box office failure. I thought we talked about that. Fuck, I'm with this. I'm loving it. Jurassic farce. I'm so fucking down for this. I'm so fucking down with this shit right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first on the G Show. You know it. God damn, we turn out the hits. Oh, man. Yo, we can go on. I want to write this shit. I want to write this movie. This movie needs to happen. I'm telling you. It all started with an idea of Chris Pratt riding a Raptor. Oh, shit, man. Yeah, I mean, why not? Just fucking balls to the walls. Oh, okay. Speaking of balls to the walls, real quick, I didn't put this in the notes, but something like that I think deserves to be talked about. Quentin Tarantino in an R-rated Star Trek movie? What? That they were like okay with his pitch, and I don't know, he's not directed, nothing like that is set in stone, but Paramount and J.J. Abrams actually listened to what he said, yeah, that's crazy, and then they started like a writer's room? What the fuck is going on, Matt?
The amount of movies that Quentin Tarantino says that he wants to make, I don't actually take it with any kind of seriousness. He talked about making like up to Kill Bill 5 and a spin-off movie about the Vega brothers and the Charles Manson movie and Star Trek and a Django Unchained sequel and Inglourious Bastards sequel set in the 70s and just all this other crazy shit that is just like not going to happen. It's like he just talks about movies that he wants to make. That doesn't mean he's going to make them. And then people put it on headlines as if, hey, this is happening. Quentin Tarantino is making a Star Trek movie. No, it's not.
No, well,
mark my fucking words. He's not making a Star Trek movie.
I didn't say he was. I said that he had a pitch for an R-rated Star Trek movie, and Paramount and J.J. Abrams say, get a writer's room together. They liked it. I didn't say he's making it. No way. I'm just saying that the idea is crazy. And I mean, when's the last time any of those movies you just ran off made headlines where a studio was like, let's get a writer's room together?
Yeah, I think that's the big difference here, because Matt's absolutely right. He's like Del Toro that way. We'll come up with like 10,000 ideas. Like, I want to do this movie and I want to do that movie. Like, nothing ever comes to fruition. But the fact that Abrams actually said, you know what? I'm going to sit down and listen to him. And the studio's like, yeah, let's kind of open a writer's room kind of thing and hear the pitch. And then like a day or two ago, like not too long after that news initially broke, I read an article where Patrick Stewart came out and said, if they go forward with this, I'd be totally on board to reprise the role of Jean-Luc Picard to play in this movie.
Stop the game.
That's even further criticism. Like now there's like blood in the water. Now the fanboys are going to start to wait, so they're going to do a rated R Star Trek movie, and they might bring back Captain Jean-Luc Picard, and Patrick Stewart might be in it, and the studio's going to smell that money in the air, and something might actually come out of this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and not to say it's a reboot of the franchise, but I love the first Star Trek reboot. I love what J.J. Abrams did in that first movie. I really do, like, unabashedly love that movie. I watch it constantly. The second one, some things were pretty, I hated the story. And then the third one, I enjoyed Star Trek Beyond. I really did. It's not one of my favorite movies of all time, but I enjoy that movie. I could throw that on at any random time and sit there and watch it. But for it to, have ramifications like, or possibilities like Patrick Stewart saying, I'll reprise my role, that's crazy. You're right, Chris. That's crazy. Blood in the water. It was a perfect way to put it. And again, it's not like Tarantino will direct it. If he says, yeah, I want to direct it, that's fine. But, I mean, just the idea of him saying this is what should happen, or, this would be cool if we did an R-rated Star Trek movie, and you have, top execs saying, you know what? Let's hear this out and put something together. That's just an intriguing prospect, man. And I'm like, fuck. You're taking a franchise that is, generally family oriented, and then you're going to give it a rated R spin. I'm not saying there's going to be curses all over the place. It's not going to be like Deadpool or Logan, but it might be more violent. It might be real sexual. Fuck, how Kirk gets down. Just saying. I don't know, man. This is something I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to watching as it progresses, the story, because shit, it's so out of left field, yet it feels right. You know what I'm saying? Anyhow, yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in there. Matt, you want to yell at me?
No, I think only time will tell. I mean, I could be proven wrong, but I'm pretty sure I won't be.
And I ain't mad, you know what I'm saying? I'm with you there too. It's not like he's gonna direct this or anything, but that's a slim possibility, and it's still like 5 years out for him to be making any movies.
All I know is that if they do go forward with it, I'm on board with what the internet's been saying. They need to have like one scene where Sam Jackson pops up out of nowhere. I'm fucking sick of these motherfucking Klingons on this motherfucking bridge.
I thought you was gonna say Sam Jackson riding a dinosaur.
That would work too.
I swear to God, like it just out of nowhere.
Sam Jackson riding a dinosaur onto the bridge of a Klingon ship. I'm fucking sick of this shit.
Oh my God! First off, right. I'm like, wait, where would Sam Jackson come from? It's a Quentin Tarantino movie. Of course, Sam Jackson's gonna be there. Oh my God, that is fucking funny. You know what? I'll tell you, I know.
Like all these franchises completely off the rails.
Yeah, you know what the main topic of today was going to be, and I think we already started, and we've started guns blazing, because once we start with the stupid Star Wars theories, just to get, amped, yep, it's going to be Tauntauns and Wampas and Rancors and Velociraptors in the Star Wars universe. This is where it's going. This is where it's fucking going. Jar Jar Binks riding a tauntaun, screaming Misa. I don't even know. I'm done. All right, yo.
Speaking of which, I still want the final reveal in episode 9 to be that Jar Jar Binks was behind all this shit from the beginning.
I'm telling you, man. I was watching.
That was the greatest Sith Lord of all fucking time.
I was watching an episode a day for 8 days, so. Because the Christmas parties and shit, we couldn't watch Friday, so we're gonna watch A New Hope today. But I watched the prequels again, and let me just tell you something. Like, seriously, I defend the prequels. I really, really do. But fuck. Episode 1, Jar Jar Binks is the worst thing in the fucking history of Star Wars. But not only that, it's George Lucas's fault. It really, really is. He sits on scenes 10, 15, almost 20 seconds longer than needs to be. And it seems they're always with Jar Jar. It makes zero sense. It's like he wanted to sell this stupid character to the masses. And this shit blew up in his face. I mean, granted, he's got billions of dollars to, wipe away the tears. Like, fuck it. But holy shit, was this a fucking failure on such a huge scale?
It makes perfect sense, though. If that theory is true, because there was a point where like there was a quote from George Lucas, like he had like this big grand idea, but then like he kind of like didn't go forward with it because something about what the fans were saying made him change his mind. And I kind of feel like he was kind of secretly building. Maybe he was secretly kind of building to that Jar Jar Binks thing, but then everybody was so fucking adamant about how terrible a character Jar Jar Binks was that he folded on that. If he had stuck to his guns. If this is true, if he had stuck to his guns and the reveal at episode 3 was that Jar Jar Binks was this dark Sith Lord that was behind everything, that would have been the most mind-fucking-blowing thing, and we all know it.
It's true, because that would have been the prequel's equivalent to I Am Your Father.
Exactly.
You're absolutely right. And you know what's crazy, if you think about it? Jar Jar Binks basically set up the Empire. He did it. He had the vote in the Attack of the Clones to to go forward with the clone army. If I'm not mistaken,
that was only because he was kind of duped into doing it. They're like, "All right, Jar Jar, you have this big important role now.
Or
it's all up to you. Go do it." It's not like a conscious thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's how it reads, because that's the way it played out in the last two movies. Because maybe George Lucas folded. If his original plan was to have Jar Jar as the villain, he could have been making it look that way, and he was playing everybody for a fool.
Right.
That he was like this dumb idiot that was just stumbling into things, when really secretly he was masterminding the whole thing. If that had been the reveal in episode 3, this would have been like nobody would have been shitting on them. Would have like, you know what, the first 2 weren't so great, but that one moment would have made the entire prequel series worth it.
Yeah, because I tell you, the long shots on Jar Jar were annoying. It was, and it's silly shit. It really is. I mean, even as a kid, I don't think kids even would get a kick out of that shit. It was nonsense, pure nonsense. And yeah, I was very frustrated watching The Phantom Menace the other day. I was like, damn. Then I started watching Attack of the Clones, which I don't know. It's my least favorite of the entire saga, but then there's some things in that movie that I absolutely love. But Anakin, and watching it this time around, Anakin, especially with everything that's going on in the world, Anakin is the biggest creeper in the entire galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
This dude is straight up sexually harassing Padme throughout the whole fucking movie. Like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I was like, what the fuck? I can't let my daughter watch this no more. Like, what the fuck is going on? He's brushing the side of her shoulder, her ribs. I'm like, this shit right here is weird. She's all like, stop that. And he's like, why? I'm like, holy shit, George Lucas. There's something wrong with that man. But
I think there's tons of ideas they could have played around with that would have made the character, like, for instance, in the movies, he's like this whiny creeper kind of kid and everything like that, who Padme eventually kind of falls. Because initially, like you said, when he starts pursuing her romantic, she's like, it makes me uncomfortable when you look at me like that. Like,
yeah,
fuck it. I remember you as this little 9-year-old kid. Like, stop. I think it would have been interesting if they hinted at the fact that, like, even without his own realizing it, that he was using the Force to subtly influence her into falling for him.
That's how, I could totally see that. I could read it that way. Or because they've been both in close proximity with Jar Jar Binks at one time or another, that was, planted in their brain. Because Palpatine manipulated Anakin. What's to say Jar Jar couldn't do the same thing? Right, Matt?
I super don't. I hate the Darth Jar Jar theory so much. Because, like, one of the points is, like, oh, he force jumps in front of Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Well, like, why would a secret Darth Lord ever force jump? Why would he give him any kind of suspicion as to his abilities, like, ever?
Not only did he force jump, but he also force spun. Try spinning, it's a good trick. I'm telling you, it's all connected. It is all connected. Jar Jar actually is a Sith Lord. I believe it. I believe in that stupid theory.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, episode 7 or anything, like, if they don't do any hints in episode 8, I would love it if for the rest of these movies they don't make any kind of hints at all. But, like, at the very end of episode 9 or whatever, like that, when the First Order comes crashing down or something like that, and, like, Snoke gets away somehow and goes, I failed you, Master, or something like that, and fucking Jar Jar turns around and he's like, nope, everything's going according to plan. No fake Misa voice, nothing like that. He just speaks him as, like, this menacing, like, this is exactly how I ordained it. Then it just goes to credits and everybody loses their fucking mind.
I got one better. Well, not that I got one better, but I got another stupid theory. And ladies and gentlemen, in case y'all haven't noticed, this is that time in the podcast for Star Wars. This is stupid theories only for Star Wars. That's what this is. So yes, don't be like, what the fuck are they talking about? It's just us rambling on.
I just want to go on record as of right now. So I don't actually secretly hope that Jar Jar shows up as a secret Dark Lord. This is just fun shit to talk about.
Right. Again, Chris Pratt riding a Raptor, Bryce Dallas Howard riding a Tyrannosaurus with a helmet and fucking laser beams. That's all I'm saying.
Jackson screaming curses about Klingons.
Exactly. So this podcast took completely off the rails intentionally. Check this shit out. Jar Jar Binks is not Snoke's master. He is not the mastermind. Jar Jar Binks is Snoke. And I'm going to tell you why. You see all those scars and wounds and shit? Jar Jar Binks is a fucking shapeshifter. He has manipulated the Force to such an extent that he can fold his ears down. Look at Jar Jar Binks' head, ears, or whatever those things are. It kind of looks like, if you fold it down, it kind of looks like that jagged scar on Snoke's head. You just look at it. I'm not lying. Look, check that shit out. Jar Jar Binks is Snoke. He is a shapeshifter. He's under the guise of Snoke, and again, he's been manipulated. He's supposed to be older than Anakin and Palpatine. He's supposed to be this. Jar Jar Binks has been around for a very long time. He's been manipulating the entire Star Wars saga, the entire Skywalker saga. up until now. And here we go. I'm telling you right now. And Rey's not a Skywalker. That's why she's easily manipulated to the dark side. She just goes. If that's even the case, I'm not sure. Again, stupid theories. But yeah, I'm telling you, Snoke is Jar Jar Binks. You mark my words, in episode 9 is going to be revealed. All will be revealed. Matt, still done. You're not with that stupid theory.
No. But I have it on very good authority that at some point in post episode 9, it's going to be a flash forward to 20 years ahead. And then we're going to see an older Rey in her late 30s, early 40s. And she's going to time travel back about 80 years or so and take up the guise of Shmi Skywalker and give birth.
Okay, I was gonna try and top Rey with like Jar Jar is actually secretly Darth Plagueis, but I think Matt just won.
Yeah.
There's nothing we're gonna say at this point that's gonna top what you just won.
Now I have it written down. This is a verb, or this is a written agreement by Rey saying that if that's true, I get to live at his house rent free.
Yep, it's true. When you said that there, man, I forgot. I think I was watching Star Wars, if I'm not mistaken. This shit was just so out of control, and it's like, wait a minute. Well, if Jar Jar is the Sith Lord, this is absolutely a must. This is just, it's
guys, you can't see it because like we record this stuff on Google Hangouts and then we just post the audio later to YouTube. You can't see it, but Matt just actually flashed the internal memo from Kathleen Kennedy. And that Rey theory is 100% true. She said that's how she wants the franchise to end. There's no negotiations on this.
No negotiations at all. Oh my God.
Well, to back up my point,
Rey goes back in time and becomes Anakin's mother. Perfect!
Rey and Shmi kind of look similar. They could kind of be an older Rey, and the whole point of Star Wars is it's cyclical. It's repeating events and themes over and over. And what better thing to set the whole Skywalker in stone for all of eternity on this eternal loop of a galaxy full of oppression than the person to take down all of the First Order and finally bring real peace to the galaxy to give birth to Anakin Skywalker, to go back in time and give birth to Anakin Skywalker.
And it's a perfect bookend, too, because at the end you get Anakin, I am your mother. I mean, like, come on, are you kidding me? I'm with it. Oh, my God.
Just like I said with Jurassic World and Chris Pratt riding the Velociraptor, if episode 9 doesn't end the way Matt just said, I am fucking done with this franchise.
It's over. Forget it. There's nothing left to explore. We're done. Oh my, but in all honesty, that stupid theory is one of the best stupid theories I've ever heard. Seriously. I love it. I love it. It's so ridiculous. But why not bring time travel into the Star Wars universe? You know what I'm saying? Why not? And yeah, could you imagine if Shmi Skywalker was actually Rey? I mean, R-S, Rey, Shmi. I'm with it. I'm totally fucking with it. It's so crazy. It might actually work. Peter Venkman, Ghostbusters, 1984. Yeah, here's a stupid theory that I mean, it's not going to top that. It's not.
Nothing ever will.
My best friend had me laughing for about 10 minutes straight. I was in pain. That's how much I was laughing. And he was like, yo, why are you laughing at me, though? Like, I hurt his feelings. It was so fucking funny. I couldn't stop laughing. But his theory, I'm sorry, Virgil, I gotta shout you out, bro. But his theory was Kylo Ren is actually Luke Skywalker's son. And again, that's just so fucking funny. And I forgot the reasoning behind it because I couldn't stop laughing. But that's a stupid theory. I'm sorry. Why would Kylo Ren be Luke Skywalker's son? I don't get it. I hated it. I was cracking up hysterical. I made my friend feel bad. But do you guys give any credence to that stupid theory?
I could see it, but only if Poe Dameron was secretly Han and Leia's son.
And we know that's not the case because we've already met Poe's parents in canon form in the comic books.
Oh, but what if they just adopted him because they had to give up to protect Poe. They had to give him up to his other family, and because he's like a wisecracking badass with the best pilot in the Rebel Alliance or the Resistance, and he's got a diplomatic side to him. It sounds a lot like Han and Leia.
Okay, but here's the thing now. All right, so I don't actually give any credence to it, but here's some fun we can have with it. Because,
yes, let's go.
So Kylo Ren is actually Luke's son, but Luke was trying to rebuild the Jedi Order, and the Jedi were adamant about not starting families. He couldn't, for political reasons, be the new founder of a new Jedi temple if he was in direct violation of one of the tenets of being a Jedi. So Luke asked Leia and Han to raise Ben as their kid. Ben starts training with Luke, and he's doing good and everything like that, but then he finds out the truth. And that's how Snoke kind of manipulates him into turning into the dark side.
It's a stupid theory. It's not stuff that can be plausible, damn it. my biggest beef with that, though, is this. Luke he had to have manipulated Han and Leia because in The Force Awakens, he says, "I seen our son." He's talking to Leia. He doesn't need to say that to Leia. He's telling that to the audience. That's us. Why would they purposefully have a misleading quote like that if that was the case? I don't buy that. Not your, but it's just a theory.
Well, I mean, eventually they could have just come to see him as their son because they were raising him. Lots of step parents and adopted parents do that.
Man, I don't know. It's Chewbacca's son. That's what it is.
Chewbacca's Kylo Ren's dad.
That's why he's got that head full of hair, that wonderful hair. Nobody. Han didn't have that type of hair. Leia's hair was always in some other different kind of crazy hairdo. It's Rey's son. It's Rey's grandson, great grandson. How does this work again?
Also, everyone keeps saying that Finn is. They're trying to pitch this idea that Finn is Lando Calrissian's son, but I don't think so.
That is the dumbest. I honestly hate that. I hate that theory. I hate it.
I think Finn is descended from Mace Windu, and he's Force sensitive.
Now that I could fucking buy. I'll be on board with that. But again, it makes it at the height of the no, it wasn't even the height of the Jedi Order because they were about to fall hard. But that's there was no love, no none of that, no attachments. So
that's what I'm saying. Mace Windu survived that fall out the window, went out and had himself a kid.
Who was it? Was it Matt? Was it you who said Mace Windu was Snoke?
No, I was super against that theory.
Oh man,
You who said that.
Oh man, I still like that theory too. I'm sorry. It's a stupid theory, but it's a plausible. Jar Jar Snoke, that's the end of that. There's no doubt in my mind. Man, we've got fucking 4 days before we get to see this movie?
And Jar Jar Binks is also secretly Darth Plagueis.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, because remember, Snoke was supposed to be Plagueis, and Snoke is Palpatine's master. Snoke is going to turn out to be Anakin. He's going to be a Force ghost who was able to come back to life. No, that's too much. That's too much.
No, but he's all mixed up inside because he found out that Rey is secretly his mother from the future.
Snoke in that scene in the commercial, in that trailer that dropped where he's basically holding Rey in a paralysis state by using the Force, that is him right there putting the midichlorians in there. He's setting the seed to have him rebirth later on in the far-flung future, in the distant past, when she finds a way to travel back in time by getting on a Klingon ship, going around the sun, back to 1984 to link up with the Ghostbusters on top of the fucking building and take care of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man by crossing the streams. I can't believe this, man. It is Jurassic Forest, the movie. Cue the fucking music. No, listen, hey, why not, right? Stupid theories. See what you started, Matt? You see what you started? This is all your fault.
I know it is.
That theory right there. That theory. Have you guys been on user stay away
and then Aang shows up.
What?
And then Aang from The Last Airbender shows up.
Shit, now you, man, look.
Well, we got David from the Alien prequels in there somehow too.
He was
actually the one that created Yoda's race.
No, yeah.
What if he bioengineered midichlorians?
Man, I have done it. I have created life.
That is 2 for 2 right now.
That would hurt my heart a lot, especially because I hate that fucking movie so much. Speaking of hating that movie, a movie I did watch not too long ago, 2 weeks ago to be exact. Finally got to see it, Chris, and you were right. Holy shit, Kingsman: The Golden Circle is just one hell of a fucking romp. Oh, man, I love that movie so much. That was the perfect shut your brain off movie right there. It was funny. It was action-packed. I didn't care about the story. It was like the war on drugs or whatever. I just loved it. It was fucking nuts. Nuts. And you were right. Elton John, motherfucker. That was, yo.
Flying dragon kick, right?
Dude, I was fucking dying, son. I couldn't stop laughing. I love that movie. I loved it. It was so fucking good. Yeah.
That shit on a lot, but it totally didn't deserve it. I felt it was almost on par with the first one.
Right. Absolutely. And that's what kills me. I'm like, people shit on it. You got to remember what this is. It's a comic book movie, all right? It is a play on all those spy films, the James Bond films from the early days, not the Daniel Craig shit, but like the old days with crazy gadgets and just cool shit. I mean, come on, man. The motherfucking lasso was a lightsaber. Come on. That was dope. They saved, spoiler alert, they saved this dude's life by the miracle of science. That was dope. I'm fucking with it. They just so happen to be there. Yes, why not? I loved it. I loved it. It's just pure fucking fun. Like, we need movies like that. And Chris Pratt on dinosaurs. And Jar Jar Binks being Snoke. You know what I'm saying? And Rey going back in time to become Shmi and the fucking matriarch of the entire Skywalker line. That's why Rey's parentage is such a big question. Because Rey is the actual matriarch of the entire Skywalker line. You don't need to know who her parents is. She was created from the Force. Or David. Either way you look at it. Man.
If she goes back in time to become Shmi, but not Shmi Skywalker, Shmi the pirate from Peter Pan.
Oh, stop. Stop. She's in Hook. Steven Spielberg's Hook. And then she manipulates him into making Jurassic Park. And it was bad. She's
It all comes full circle.
It all comes full circle. Speaking of full circle.
Full golden circle.
Oh, look at what you're doing there. Look at what you're doing there. You know, not for nothing. I wish that franchise would survive, honestly. But because I don't think it did that well in the box office. And then the word of mouth kind of hurt it too. But that's something I would love to see. That franchise I would love to see keep going. There's so many things you can explore. I would love to see different agencies from around the world. It's so fucking cool, man. Damn. And more Elton John. Because that's one of the best celebrity cameos, even though it really wasn't kind of a cameo. It was like a guest spot. But it was still one of the better ones I've seen. That and Bill Murray in Zombieland, top-notch shit. Wow, Bill Murray has been referenced 3 times in the show today. Something's going on. Something strange in this neighborhood. But, yeah, all right, listen, guys. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add to this before we wrap up?
I don't think so.
Disney's going to buy Fox. official.
Is it official? You just seen that, or is that a theory?
They haven't announced it yet, but like, let's be real. This information would not be coming out if it wasn't happening.
Listen, if Disney buys Fox, then all of this shit does happen. Then David does engineer the midi-chlorians. And
Exactly.
it all starts. Oh my God, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. No Stradamus.
If Disney buys Fox and they don't make the movie that Patton Oswalt described in his blooper on Parks and Rec, I'm going to be terribly disappointed.
And if anybody can pull that off, it is Disney. They've got the resources. It's not like they don't. It's not like they don't. Oh, man. Listen, if that shit happens, that's probably going to be the biggest news of the year for comic book geeks, just because of the the word I'm looking for, and I can't wrap my hand around it right now because Shmi Skywalker's got me by the balls. The possibilities to come out of that for comic book fans in terms of the X-Men universe, the Fantastic Four, Deadpool, which, by the way, you see Ryan Reynolds kind of like, I didn't see it. I was just like, briefly read a statement about basically he doesn't like this idea. And I'm sitting here like, wait, Ryan Reynolds, don't worry. I do not think Disney is going to Disney-fy Deadpool.
No, they wouldn't.
You know? And I think we had that conversation when we first talked about this, when this news first came out. Do you give it a subsidiary or, you know, a completely different movie studio? It comes out, they'll keep it 20th Century Fox. 20th Century Fox Entertainment. And bam. Go on with your bad self. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens. Disney, oh my God.
My favorite thing that I saw so far out of this whole thing was a meme about how, like, technically, if Disney buys Fox, since all the xenomorphs came from eggs laid by a queen, that would technically make them Disney princesses.
Theories don't stop. It doesn't stop. This has been one of my favorite episodes we've done. I mean, honestly, the fucking, from pitching Jurassic Forest to the great fucking Rey is Shmi Sky. Rey is the mother of the Skywalker's theory. This is just
xenomorphs being Disney princesses.
Jesus Christ, man! I'm telling you, who's pulling the strings here? Jar Jar Binks. That's who. No, I'm telling you, it's George Lucas. He's still got his hands. He is the god. He is manipulating us all. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you laughed along with us because this was funny. Do not steal any of our ideas. We will hunt you down. We will find you like Jay and Silent Bob did in Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back. We will find you. Okay?
We'll find you like General Zod.
Why you gotta reference DC? I already did it.
I will find him!
Oh, shit, real quick, we ain't leaving yet. Speaking of DC, what do you think of the shakeup now? Is it too little too late, or is it okay, let's reconstruct? Chris?
Let's see how it plays out.
Matt?
Oh, let's wait till there's, like, official word on it before we get our nerd panties in a bunch.
Everybody's saying, like, oh, Ben Affleck is out as Batman now, but, like, no official announcements been made. So,
I'm not talking about that. I mean, Ben Affleck's been out as Batman since...
That's the big news about the shakeup, though. That's one of the big points about the shakeup is that he's going to be out as Batman.
I was talking about on the executive level, how they were like, all right, time to start from scratch.
Well, I mean, a couple of the executives do need to go, because a lot of this was, as I'm reading more and more about it, like, a lot of this was studio meddling that led to a lot of these problems. So... if that is the case, and they are getting rid of some of the executives that kind of interfered with it and made these boxes, like made these things not do so well at the box office, I'm all for it. But like I said, we'll see how it plays out.
Gotcha. Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Yo, Chris, man, thank you, brother, for joining us today.
No problem.
Matt, thank you, brother, for joining us today.
Of course. What if it turned out that I was the one orchestrating all of this?
Well, I said at the top of the show, you look like a Sith Lord.
It's true.
What would you
Chris Pratt is President Raptor Rider 2020.
Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this episode of Geek Out Podcast. I am G1. Y'all been great. Peace.